It's not that life is so short, it's that we take so long to begin. This is my final lecture, and in it, I actually want to talk about three different topics. The first one is method to my madness, the second one is mentorship, and the third is meaningless activities. Let's actually begin with the very first one, method to my madness. And I want you all to go back with me to the very first week of school, where I have you read an 8-page contract, where I tell you what the rules are for the classroom, and then I make you write a 3 to 5-page paper. And why would I do that? And I'm very sure that many of you must have hated me the very first week of school, and that's exactly what I wanted. I wanted to push you. I wanted you to struggle. I wanted you to hit a wall and do something extremely difficult. My mentor and I, we call it throwing you immediately into the deep end. However, here's the beauty of it. There are so many different life supports that I have available for you to keep you from drowning. So I wanted the very first week of school to be extremely difficult and to immediately put you into an uncomfortable, I wanted to immediately put you in an uncomfortable position. Why is that? So as the year progresses, you're already conditioned to doing something difficult, accomplishing it, and you've already reprogrammed your mind to be great. That was my entire philosophy throughout the school year. Hence why we started talking about how one experiences and identifies with trauma, and then we end the school year talking about how we actually recover from it. In the very last lesson that I teach, I show a video that encourages you to push against the world. Now, do you see the method to my madness? So by the end of the school year, you wrote a 10-page paper. Some of you wrote a 15, 16, 22-page paper, because it was no longer a big deal for you to write, because you are so accustomed to writing and doing the difficult thing. I cannot tell you how proud I am of you, how much you've accomplished, how much you've grown intellectually, emotionally, socially. I am so proud. It was an absolute honor to teach all of you. It was my privilege. So that's why I say, because I've received all of these messages that are extremely flattering. And I don't want you guys to think that I'm callous, or that I'm not responding to them, or that I'm like, I won't miss you, or that I'm very cool, calm, and collected with all of this. For me, goodbyes don't necessarily exist. It's simply just the process of moving on and the relationship transforming. So what I've been saying over and over and over again is that I am your teacher for a year, but I am your mentor for a lifetime. My mentor has been guiding me for 19 years. So he met me when I was 14 years old, and I'm 33 now, and he's been guiding me ever since. So in order to give back, I do the exact same thing. I would mentor you for as long as you actually need me, and then you'll move on to your next mentor, who will take you onto your next phase of life. And the final thing I actually want to discuss with you, and this is the best lesson that was given to me when I was in college. Let me actually tell you a short story. So it is the winter semester of my junior year, and I'm taking a philosophy class. And we come into philosophy class, and the teacher starts teaching, and it starts to snow outside. And it had also snowed the night before as well. Out of nowhere, he stops the lesson. He says, "All right, put on your jackets, everybody, head outside." And we're all like really confused, like, what are we going outside for? And he's like, "All right, everybody, put on your jackets, we're going outside. This is part of the lesson. Please listen to me, do what I say. And we're like, okay, whatever, let's do this thing. So we go outside, and he just starts throwing snowballs at us. And we just start throwing snowballs back at him. And then he starts making a snow angel. And there's another group of students starts making like a snowman. And we do this for pretty much the entire period. And in the last 10 minutes of class, he brings us inside and he says this: I wanted to show you, in the midst of all that you're doing, when we had essays that we had to do, we had final exams, we had presentations, we were swamped with work. And he said, I wanted to show you, in the midst of all of this important stuff that you're doing, the importance of also doing something meaningless, and how that is just as important to sit down and read a book that you enjoy for 3 hours, or take your dog on a walk. Where is he? He's right there napping. Take your dog on a walk for 3 or 4 hours and just listen to your favorite music. So sit down on your porch and listen to the rain and just drink hot cocoa. It's so important. And I really want to stress that, as proud as I am for all of the work that you guys have done, and for how much you've accomplished this year and how much you've grown this year, now is the time to actually spend the summer doing things that are meaningless. That is just as important. Please be safe. I really, really want to stress that. But also make sure that in the midst of being great, because all of you are, you also take the time to do something that's just absolutely meaningless. That's just as significant. So to wrap up all of this, I've told you the method to my madness, and I've told you the fact that I am always your mentor. I'm your teacher for a year, but I am your mentor for a lifetime. And I've also told you about the importance of doing what is meaningless. In order to keep this final lecture under 10 minutes, I'm just going to tell you the 7 things that I think are most important and that I really, really want to leave you with. So here they are. Number 1, meditate. Just take 5 minutes every single morning and just center yourself, and you'll find that you're able to respond to people with a compassionate curiosity. I've been doing that for the past 6 years, and that's how you can see, why I'm so calm in the midst of so much chaos that happens in a 9th grade classroom. Second one is think critically. I've been stressing that all year, and I will keep saying that until the cows come home, if they ever do come home. Question everything and everyone, especially people in authority. I don't care if it's a police officer, teacher, principal, lawyer, definitely a politician. Question everything. Don't just take anybody's word for it. Do your own research, and always make sure you push back. I really want to stress that. Number 4, show up, especially on your off days, even on a day where you might have a huge zit on your face. Show up and do it. Be great. You guys are all excellent. Please always, always show up and do the very best that you can. Be competitive. Number 5, and this goes without saying because I've been stressing it all year, freedom is responsibility. I think you can talk to all of my students, whether it's my 9th grade students I had this year, my 10th grade students who I had last year, or the 11th grade students who I had 2 years prior. They can all just say that to you verbatim. Freedom is responsibility. I'll leave it at that. Number 6, winners focus on winning. Keep the goal in front of you and be locked in, laser focused. And after that, you are going to accomplish it. And the people who are meant to help you get to that goal will simply just arrive. And number 7, to wrap this up and to keep this under 10 minutes, just be excellent. That's it. You are already excellent. Just keep being that. That is all. Thank you all for a wonderful school year. Thank you for everything that you've taught me. I think I've learned more than I could ever teach you, and I am absolutely forever grateful for that. I'm always around. I'm not gone. Goodbye. Well, see you later. And from Fato as well.